Hello and welcome to Political Aficionado. I'm your host, Ehsan Safarnajad. As you know, recently Iran and United States started indirect negotiation with each other. And as always, there are a lot of rumors, hearsay, speculation floating around on social media. So we're here to talk about just that. If you're interested, stay tuned. On Saturday, Syed Abbas Araghchi, the Iranian foreign minister, and Mr. Steve Witkoff started the first round of indirect negotiation in the city of Muscat in Oman. Abbas Araghchi was accompanied by the Iranian ambassador to Oman, Mr. Mousavi Farhang, the deputy of Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Political Affairs, and the deputy of Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Legal and International Affairs, Mr. Qarib Abadi, and Behzad Saberi, a senior Iranian diplomat. Based on Ali Shamkhani's tweet, former spokesperson for the Supreme National Security Council inside Iran, Abbas Araghchi was sent to Muscat with full authority to make the decisions that are necessary. Now, considering the fact that he had both full authority and he was accompanied by this high-level delegation, we can say that the Iranian side is genuinely interested in reaching a deal with United States. The talks lasted for about 2.5 hours with the mediation of the Omanian foreign minister, Mr. Boual Saidi, who commuted back and forth about 4 times between the rooms that each delegation were stationed in. Araghchi described the atmosphere of the negotiation as both peaceful and respectful, which may be an indication that the American side has stopped using the language of threats. Both parties, I'm referring to the Iranian lead negotiator and the American lead negotiator, have stated that they think the negotiations have been thus far constructive and very positive, which also can indicate that United States has dropped the extraneous demands that it has previously mentioned in United States President's letter to the Iranian leadership. The next round of talks will be held next Saturday, and while the location is not decided yet, the Iranian lead negotiator, Mr. Abbas Araghchi, is keen on Oman remaining the main mediator between Iran and United States, as Iranians are extremely pleased with the professionalism of Oman. After all, Oman successfully created this peaceful atmosphere in which the negotiators could focus on the talks itself and not be concerned with rumors that the different press organizations might have started had it not been for the fact that Oman prevented journalists from every outlet, basically, other than America's AP and Iran's IRIB, from entering the vicinity of the talks. With this, you actually know everything there is to know about the first round of the indirect talks between Iran and United States. Anything that you read beyond this is mostly fabrication. I've been seeing people bringing up specific demands by either Iran or United States, which is mostly not true, due to the fact that in this round only the outline of the upcoming talks between Iran and United States has been determined based on the interview by the Iranian lead negotiator the timetable or the schedule for the talks has not been fully determined as of right now. So, the progress so far, while was relatively good, was not to the extent that many people claim that they now understand the specific demands of Iran and United States. If you look at different social medias like X, Facebook, and Instagram, Iranians are already taking a victory lap. But I think that any celebration at this stage is far too premature, because there are serious challenges that both delegations have to deal with before reaching a tangible outcome in the talks. With this, let's take a look at some of the challenges that we have to overcome in order to have a deal in our hands. While it is true that the American side didn't use coercive language in this round of negotiation, but I think that US didn't start the talks very positively. You see, right before the start of the talks in Oman, United States sanctioned 3 vessel management companies that were managing the export of the Iranian oil. They managed to also sanction 30 small vessels that were exporting the Iranian oil as well. There have been also additional sanctions that were imposed on firms that had link or were collaborating for the Atomic Energy Organization of Iran. So I think that it is safe to say that the talks didn't start very positively. These coercive measures taken by United States shows that United States is saying one thing, but in practice, in action, it is following a very different policy. The second challenge lies in US internal politics. As you know, Donald J. Trump unilaterally withdrew from JCPOA, Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, the deal that was signed between Iran and United States during the Obama administration. And if our assumptions and the speculations online are true, that United States has dropped its extraneous, preposterous demands in Trump's letter, you can read them here, then the main question that we have to ask ourselves is, how is US President Donald J. Trump going to sell this new deal to his main supporters? Something that is very apparent in a tweet by former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, Mr. We lie, we cheat, we steal, when he says that any deal that does not include zero enrichment for the Iranian side is simply Obama redux. And it would have been fine or less of a challenge had it not been for the fact that Donald J. Trump spent so long trashing the Obama deal. So I think that this is a challenge that not many people talk about enough, and something that will impede the progress of the negotiation as we move forward with the talks. And the last problem that many Iranian analysts are conveniently ignoring is the fact that the authority to lift sanctions on Iran is in the hand of the US Congress, something that Dr. Fahd Izadi mentions in his tweet. And this is something that people fail to pay attention to, but I think that it is very, very crucial, as it seems that the Iranian side is determined to prevent the repetition of unilateral withdrawal by another US president from any possible deal between Iran and United States. So the Congress has to ratify any deal that is reached. This seems to be a major demand by the Iranian side. But the question is, to what extent can we hope that something like that would happen? Because right now the Congress, I think, is mostly tilted towards being more aggressive towards Iran, and I don't think that the Congress would ratify such deal. After the upcoming election, if the Republicans lose the majority in Congress, then it means that Democrats will be in charge. I think that they would have their own reasons to sabotage the deal. If the Republicans hold their majority, then it's still questionable whether they come to terms with another deal or not. I pride myself in trying to remain, objective on these issues. But, that's a very hard thing to do, considering the fact that we all have our own biases. And I'm a very cynical person in nature. So maybe this is my cynicism that is bringing me up to have this viewpoint of not being really too optimistic when it comes to any future deal between Iran and United States. But, again, I'll try to remain unbiased. So I'll give you another piece of puzzle so that you would be able to make your own judgment about, the future of the talks. It seems that the Israeli side does not like how the talks are progressing, with Ma'ariv, the Israeli outlet, portraying a picture of a real estate developer, Mr. Witkoff, going against Iranian chess master, Mr. Abbas Araghchi, as a very, very gloomy outlook for Israel. Mayor Javdan Far, I think his name is, in an interview with BBC, said that this time around, Netanyahu doesn't dare to say anything about the deal, despite the fact that he spent his time relentlessly attacking the deal that was reached under the Obama administration. The atmosphere inside Israel is relatively quiet, or not as critical as it could have been, because, as he puts it, this is his maybe a speculation, maybe his analysis, that Netanyahu is really terrified of Donald Trump, and he wants to continue the war in Gaza. So he is not going against Donald Trump in the negotiation with Iran. Well, this video has come to an end, but I like to leave you guys with a question. What do you think the future of talks will hold for Iran and United States? Tell us in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you enjoy the content. If you don't enjoy the content, tell us why, so that we can use your feedback in order to improve the quality of these videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.